Today, we're going to discuss one of the most powerful, yet one of the most underestimated, in my opinion, tools there are. Today, we're going to discuss planning. I'm going to give you today a method which I use to plan almost everything in my life, and the method that I can actually say that has changed my life for the better, and I guess forever. And because you see, I believe that each and every one of us sometime in the past has learned how to achieve things, how to create things, how to work, how to set a goal and decide how to go for it. And I believe that many of us learned this skill or the system in which we actually operate to achieve our goals back in school. And at least where I went to school and where most of the people I ever worked with went to school, I was given project, I was given assignments, but most of the time I was given an assignment. You have to do this is how it should look like, and that's it. I was never given any information, any support, any system with which I can create a plan how to get to this end goal. And I think one of the reasons many people have actually given up on setting goals, on deciding what are the most important things for them. And obviously, I believe that setting goals is one of the most important things a person can actually do for himself. And I'll probably make an episode just like this one about setting goals, about the importance of setting goals, and about how and when I set my goals. But I think most people has given up setting goals because they lack the skill of planning. Because if you only set a goal, if you only say, for example, I want to earn more money, I want to lose some weight, I want to find a partner, an intimate partner, I want to get this and this in my life, and then all I do is have this goal, it can be effective, but it's not quite as effective as people would expect. Maybe hanging it on a vision board or on your refrigerator or something like that, or on your desk, can make you focus more on achieving this goal. But if you don't have an effective plan on how to execute it, even if you'll get to this goal, sometimes it will feel like pure luck. And I think that most people never learn how to create a plan. And that's why they procrastinate it. That's why they don't do it. I used to believe it's only me. When I just started my business 10 years ago, my first business, someone told me that I need to have a business plan, I need to have a marketing plan, I need to have a financial plan for the business. And when I heard that, it made sense to me. It was logical. It was obvious that I should do it. But I kept on procrastinating it. And maybe a few months later, this person asked me, "Hey, Gal, do you have a plan already?" And I told him, "I have something in my head." And the truth was that I did not have a real, effective, powerful plan. And I believe that many people tend to procrastinate things they don't feel certainty about. If I would feel like I know how to create this plan, I know it can help me, and I know exactly how to do it, I would actually do it because I did believe I needed it. I had no clarity around this subject. I believe that having clarity around the subject, being clear, knowing exactly what you should do, is one of the best antidotes to procrastination. So first of all, this is something I can give you today. Today I can give you a method that I use to create plans. If you want to tweak it, if you want to change it so it will suit better for you, you can totally do it. But I already taught this method to thousands of people who actually uses this method. So you can take it just as is or change it as you wish. The second reason I believe that many people give up on planning, and then maybe sometimes some of them even give up on setting goals, is because they have false expectations of what the plan should actually provide for them. Many people think that when they're planning, they should actually predict the future. They should have timelines, specifically when they'll achieve every single part of the goal, when they'll do everything, and that the future should make itself according to your plan. And this thing in real life doesn't really happen. Maybe in very simple things, or if you're extremely skilled at something, then you can predict the future in a very precise manner. But in my opinion, in those actual incidents, having a plan is less important. Having a good plan is very important when there's a task, when there's a goal, when there's a result you're after, but you don't exactly know how you're going to get there. The plan should serve you. You don't need to plan just to have a plan. You should plan because this document you're going to create, and I usually do it on a document. I used to do it on a piece of paper. Now I do it on my computer, and I have it like available on my smartphone. But this document should serve you. This document should help you achieving your goals and feeling happy about it, being productive and happy. This is the goal of having a plan. So how do you create this thing? First of all, you need to understand that this document doesn't need to predict the future. Most people, when they actually start the idea of planning, they do some sort of a plan where they're actually trying to predict the future, then they fail to predict the future. Then, for example, they set the first milestone to, let's say, a specific date and time. Let's say, in this specific date and time, we should make $50,000 a day, a month, a week, whatever, a year, whatever. And then when they get to the specific date, and the goal, the milestone to this date wasn't achieved, they feel like they failed to plan. Like the plan they did was not good. And that's not true at all. A plan should be a projection. A plan should help you when you get to those points. Like if your plan is based on the idea that every single milestone will be achieved specifically in the right time, then you're going to be disappointed. If the plan, this document, can actually help you that when you get to a milestone, whether you achieve it or not, you know exactly how to move on. You get options, you get power, you get leverage to get on to your next goals, then this plan is very, 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 very effective. For example, I like to compare having a good plan to having a map. And for example, a few years ago, me and a couple of friends were having a hike, like hiking in the mountains, when we tried to get through a really beautiful valley and over a river to another friend of ours who lived in a very, very small town. So what we did was we decided we won't go like in a specific route, we'll simply have a map and we'll find our way through the mountains and try to get as many beautiful spots as possible. So we started the journey and we had a wonderful time. In the journey we stopped several times and made decisions together. Like, do we want to get to this spot, maybe we want to get to both. And every time we decided, we could manage our way, we could decide where to go and what to do. The thing is that if we had a plan that says go from here to here through all those specific places, we had no flexibility. In my opinion, in today's world, especially in today's world where everything is changing so rapidly, flexibility is power. Remember, flexibility is power. Your plan shouldn't be anal. Your plan shouldn't limit you. The plan should provide you with the options, with flexibility, and with power. It's supposed to help you to be more productive and more happy. So the plan was to get to a specific part of the river in a specific time because there was supposed to be a bridge, and that's a hint about what's going to happen in the story. And then we would be able to get to the town before darkness because we didn't actually want to navigate during the dark. So it wasn't a very sympathetic place to hike at nighttime. So we had a wonderful time, and then when we got to the river, there was no bridge. And we looked at the map, and then we understood that this little sign on the map, because it had like a different color or a different texture, I don't specifically remember, it meant it's a portable bridge. It's not a normal bridge, it's a portable bridge. And this portable bridge, from the map that was like 10 years old, wasn't there anymore. Someone that probably moved it. So in this point, many people would argue that the map has failed us. That the plan, if we'll take it as a metaphor for like planning something in your business or planning something in your personal life or planning your diet or planning whatever, that the plan has failed us. But I don't look at it this way. I think that in this point, the map was the most important thing we could possibly have. In this moment, if we had no map, then we would have to guess. We could like flip a coin or something and decide if we go south or we go north to look for another bridge. Maybe we would actually say to ourselves, okay, the bridge has to be nearby, and we would look for it, and not understanding that the bridge was a portable bridge and that it probably got moved. Having the map, we could actually look at it and see there are many kilometers away bridges to the south and to the north. And that if we could actually go there, if we would decide to actually go there, we would never get in town in time before nighttime. So we made a decision to go through and cross the river swimming. We would never make this decision without the map, and we would get in serious trouble if we didn't have it. This is what I want you to have in your life. I want you to have plans that are resources. A plan should be a resource that will help you get to your most important goals in life. So this is the first thing, right? If we're going practically right now to the first thing we have to do when we start planning for something, is deciding what do we want. We're deciding upon the outcome, the result, the goal we're after. What do you want to have? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to get? What is the outcome? What is the result? What is the goal in this entire project, in this entire thing? It might be a business plan, so the plan might be to get more people, to have more clients, to get more money, to expand your influence, whatever. If you're planning for your diet, maybe you want to increase your muscle mass, maybe you want to drop some weight, whatever. If you want to have a plan for your house, or for like having a better time with your family, or planning for some holidays, or maybe you're planning to find this special significant other that will be your partner for the rest of your life. If you understand that the plan doesn't need to be annual, the plan doesn't need to limit you, the plan can help you and offer leverage, offer options, offer choices, offer flexibility, you can plan anything. I actually planned how I'm going to find the person that will fit for me in my life, to be my partner. This is how I found Leah. It's not how I found her, but it's how I knew she's the right person when I found her. So the first thing is to find out what do you want, what are you really after. After you're doing that, after you know what you're after, and as specific as you can get, the better. If you can get like, I want to have more money, it's okay. If you're going for, I want to have like twice as much money, way more specific. If you can say, I want to have this amount of money exactly by this time, then even better. The more specific you can get, the better plan you can have. The second thing, and this is something many people are missing, and I believe that in order to be like in a very basic level productive, you don't have to have it, but the whole purpose of this channel and my work is to make sure that people are not just productive, they're not just successful. I know you're a successful person. Most people who are watching my content are successful people, but you're also successful, but you're also happy, is the second part. The second part is what we are really after. What is the purpose of this goal? What are you truly after? What are your main values for achieving this goal? For example, if you want to have a plan for your business, and for example, you decide you want to have more money, let's say that's the goal. If you want to have more money, because the values behind it is you want to have more freedom, for example, you want to make sure that the plan you're creating is not going to limit your freedom. Most people I know, when they started their first business, they wanted to start their first business to be more free, to have more freedom. Then, many people I know, very successful people, created huge companies, very powerful businesses, and ended up slaves to their own businesses. For example, if you, on the other hand, simply want to do it for the influence, if you want to create your own business because you want to make an impact, if you want to leave a legacy, you should probably create very different plans. Even if the goal is the same amounts of money, the same amount of clients or whatever, if you have different values behind them, you can have a different plan. Also for the diet. For example, only a few weeks ago, I revisited. I revisit my plans every once in a while to make sure my goals are up to date and my plans are up to date. So I revisited my plan for my fitness, for my health, for my diet. And the goal was that I wanted to increase my muscle mass. But lately, I started maybe 5 or 6 months ago, I started rock climbing, and I love it. You see, my hands injured. Anyway, and I love it. I enjoy this sport so much. I never thought I would love anything like this again. When I was very young, I used to do like martial arts 6, 7 times a week, and I loved it. And after I hurted my knee and I got injured, I couldn't do martial arts anymore. And I thought I'll never find anything like this again. And now I feel like I totally found it in rock climbing. So when I revisited my goals, when I looked at it, I said, okay, what do I really want out of being more fit, being more energetic, feeling better? Besides everything that has to do for my real life, like for example, to be more energetic when I'm speaking, to be more energetic when I'm in my house, to be able to run after my kids, and so on and so forth. I want to be better at rock climbing. So when I decided I want to be better at rock climbing, I actually changed my goal to reduce my body fat as a first priority, even higher than increasing my muscle mass. So when I made this decision, after I understood what's my values, what I'm really after, the entire plan changed. I eat less of some stuff that were really good to gain muscle mass and also were really good to gain more fat. Now I eat something differently because I want to burn more fat and reduce some of my mass to get to this issue. So the second level, the second part is, and this is the part where you become from just productive to productive and happy. Many people are setting goals, and then when they achieve them, they feel bad. If you want to make sure it doesn't happen to you, simply be sure you know why are you doing it, what are the values behind your goal. The third part of the plan, and this is like the last plan, the last part of the basic plan. Obviously, you can put on milestones and you can put on like contacts and you can create a huge plan. And maybe for some project it's necessary. For example, if you're an architect and you're trying to like design a house, maybe you need like a very complex plan. But from what I've learned over the years, for our basic everyday life, for our basic everyday things, a complex plan will not get executed. What's not simple simply won't happen. Make sure you keep it simple, make sure your plan is simple. So the first line of your plan is what's your goal, what's the result you're after. The second line is what are the values, what do you want, what's important for you. And then you're going to create a huge list of options. This part is the most powerful part of each and every plan. This is the part that gives you leverage, that gives you power, that gives you flexibility. The first rule right now is to decide that you're not going to judge or to criticize your ideas, because there's an amazing research, not many people know about it, but most people think that there are some very creative people and very uncreative people, and that the creative people can find creative solutions to problems that uncreative people simply cannot find. And that was scientifically proven to be not true. What is the truth? The truth is that more creative people get to the creative ideas, get to the creative solutions faster. Meaning, for example, if you are presented a problem and you are a very creative person, you'll find 1, 2, or 3 boring, standard, normal solutions, and then you'll start having more creative solutions. Normal people will have like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 normal solutions before the creative ones, and uncreative people, just like me, will tend to have like 7, 8, 9 uncreative, boring ideas, boring solutions before they'll get to the more creative ones. The thing is that it's very, very hard to find 9 really good but really boring ideas. Also 5 good ideas that are boring are sometimes hard to find. So allow yourself to be free to make like bad ideas, to create like even crappy ideas, even ideas that you know you're not going to follow. Make sure this list is unjudgmental, uncriticized. Also, I came to realize after many years of doing this that ideas that are stupid now might be very, very effective in the future. For example, when I just started my business, or let's say 2 years after I started speaking, okay, my speaking business was my third business. After I closed the first one and sold my half of the second one, my third business was a speaking business. So in this business, after like 2 years, I had an idea how to get more clients. And the idea was to call every single person who ever heard me talk, ever heard me speak, and receive like feedback and also suggest that they'll come to another event. At this time, I had one person working for me, and had I wanted to do it, it would make him unable to work for like weeks. So it was a terrible, terrible idea. However, a few years later, I had a bigger team, and I was actually able to execute on this idea. So when you're creating a plan right now, don't judge your ideas, don't criticize your ideas. If other people have ideas for your plan as well, maybe if you have enough self-confidence, you can allow them to simply suggest it and write down everything, because you never know what will be a good idea in 6 months from now or 6 years from now. And also allow yourself to be creative, to stimulate your creativity. So what's going to be put in this list? Don't try to create one huge list. I found out to be very, very ineffective and very intimidating. I cut my list to 4 parts. The first part is strategic action items. This is one of my favorite parts of the plan. First of all, we need to understand the fact that something is a strategic action item does not mean I have to do it. Every part of those lists should be clear. By writing it down, you're not saying you're going to do it. You're not committing to do it. If you try to commit to do it, you'll feel overwhelmed. Keep it aside, simply ideas. In the end, we're going to choose what you're going to do. So first of all, we're going to find strategic action items. What are strategic action items? Almost every goal can be achieved by massive action, by like doing millions of things, working millions of hours. You can achieve almost everything. Okay? Strategic action items are specific action items, specific actions you can take that with very, very small cost, whether it be like monetary cost, time cost, effort cost, that with little effort, with little time, you might be able to create huge results, big results. For example, let's say you're after creating growth in your business, and let's say you can attend an event, for example, and that this event will host a lot of people that might help you with your business. Maybe going to this event might help you. Maybe taking a class in something in your business that might really help you, really increase your skills, is a strategic item. You simply do it, you commit to it, you clear the time in your schedule, and that's it, it's done. Maybe, for example, if you want to create better time with your family, maybe a strategic action item is like bringing flowers to your spouse, wife, husband, whatever, with no good reason. Maybe like just sending a message to him or whatever, something that he or she likes. Maybe this can be a strategic action item. Depending on your goals, you might find a lot of strategic action items or very few. Experts in their field, in my opinion, the way I look at it, someone who is a master of a specific field is someone who knows about many strategic action items about this field. So if you're new to something, don't expect yourself to find many of them. With time, you'll find more and more. The second list you're going to make is key people. Key people are very much like strategic action items, but they're not action items, they're people. It's not just someone who can help you, because I believe that many people can help you like by doing a lot of effort and spending a lot of time to help you. I'm looking for people who can, with a very, very low levels of effort, that easily can help me create huge results. For example, I know someone that when I was single, when I was looking for someone, for a partner, for whatever, before I met Liel, That's the point. I knew someone she was a life coach, and she was coaching women, like specifically her specialty was, her expertise was coaching women to increase their self-esteem regarding today. So almost all of her clients were women who wanted to find someone to spend the rest of their lives with, and they were so committed to this idea that they actually went to a life coach to increase their self-esteem. So there were also people with higher levels of how do you call it, like higher level of like self-awareness. That was the word I was looking for a higher level of self-awareness, self-awareness. So I thought, very likely someone like this can be a good fit for me. So this life coach, this person who actually meets hundreds of people every single month that are potential people for me, she can be a key person for me. So I called her, I talked to her, and actually, thanks to her, I met a few people. In the end, I met Leah in a different way, but she didn't have to have any efforts. It wasn't hard for her. It was easy for her to help me. So that's a key person. In a business, for example, let's say you're creating a marketing agency. I have a few friends who have marketing agencies. They're doing like social media and digital marketing for companies. The biggest problem for those companies is to get new clients themselves. It's very hard for most of them to do it. So one person I know that has a very big agency, over 350 clients, has 250 of those clients come in from 3 strategic people, 3 key people. Each and every one of them is a business consultant who works with hundreds of businesses, and the businesses actually trust the business consultant. So when the business consultant tells them, because he truly believes in marketing and he truly believes that this guy's agency are doing a good job, he refers people to this agency. So every one of them is transferring huge amounts of work. So every one of them is a key person. So you have a list of strategic action items, and you have a list of key people. By the way, your list of key people should not only consist of people you know, they can also be people you don't know, but you understand that if you'll get to know them, and if you'll be able to influence them to help you, they'll be able to easily influence you. And maybe a strategic action item is to find a way to introduce yourself to this key person, okay? The third list you're going to make are simple daily habits. I'm not talking about crazy hard daily habits. For example, if you want to lose weight, going for a run for like 2 hours every day might be a great habit, might be very helpful, it might be awesome, it might be terrible depending on your fitness level and situation. But what I'm talking about are simple habits. For example, drinking a big cup of water every single morning. For example, if you want to simply have a plan to be more happy, maybe, for example, something I do every single day, every single night, I write 3 things that were successes I can celebrate for this day. If you're going to, for example, have a good time with your spouse, maybe having like an idea that I'm doing one little thing for her or him every single day. Maybe if regarding to your business, you're going to do some very small thing every single day that can actually help you. Maybe write 1 Facebook post, uploading 1 photo to Instagram, whatever. Doing something simple, easy, that takes like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that is not hard for you. And again, the fact that you're writing down this habit doesn't mean you're committed to actually do it. In the end of the list, you're going to choose what you're going to start with, but we'll discuss it very soon. So you have a list of strategic action items, you have a list of key people, and you have a list of simple daily habits. Then you have the next list, which is everything else. Everything else. This list can be long, full of bad ideas or whatever. Because the first thing you're going to do when you're looking at this list, you're going to look at the strategic action items, you're going to look at the key people, you're going to look at the basic habits. And again, when you're actually filling out everything else, you'll see you'll get more creative, you'll spark your creativity, you'll make it flow, and then you'll find more options for the first three lists. So you'll be able to expand them and make them better. What you have right now is a very powerful document. It's a document that first of all helps you to focus, you know what's your goal. It helps you stay connected to your deeper self, to what's important to you, make sure you're happy and not just following or like chasing something that you won't enjoy in the end, because you're connected to your values, and it gives you a lot of options. What you're going to do right now is like choose simply 1, 2, 3 little things out of this entire huge list and start doing. I believe that the most terrible mistake people are doing, especially when they're starting something new, is that they're trying to have the perfect plan before they're starting. The thing is, if you're not an expert in your field, like a complete expert, like if you're starting a new business, you're not an expert in your business. You might be expert in your craft. Maybe you're the best shoe maker or the best filmmaker, but you're not the best business owner. You're not expert in business. So until you're expert in business, you cannot possibly create a good business plan. What you're trying to do is create a basic plan with many options. Start with whatever looks best for you. Start doing. The best way to be better and to increase your levels of skill is very, very easy. It's very, very simple. Start doing and learn as you go. If you do some strategic action items that find that in the end will simply get no result, you know, maybe you shouldn't do them next time. If you do some basic action items, basic actions that suddenly produce amazing results, you can move them to the strategic action items. The idea is simple. Start having first of all, have a plan. After you have a plan, start moving. Don't wait. This is one of the most terrible, I think, mistakes people who actually plan make. As I said earlier, I think most people don't plan at all, and that's a huge mistake. But the second part of this scale is people who are so into planning that they don't end up on doing anything. So don't let planning stop you from doing. When you have this basic plan, it can take you 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe 30 minutes, depends on how expert you are on what you're going to do. Start doing. Start taking action. While taking action, whilst you start doing it, you'll find out more ideas. You'll get more insights. You'll learn how to be better. So simply do it. And I think that the most powerful thing I can give you today, beside this very powerful concept, I'm telling you, this concept of planning like this, of creating a map like this, with those 3 parts, with those 3 steps, is incredible, and it's very powerful. The thing is very simple. If you won't do it, it will do nothing. It will create nothing in your life. On the other side, if you try to make it too perfect and it will stop you from taking action, it's also going to stop you. But if you find a way to simply put into it for as little time as possible, but do it good enough, it doesn't have to be perfect, make it good enough, very simple, and it will allow you to have more power, more flexibility when you're taking action, then maybe today I managed to give you something very, very meaningful. In the end, you'll be the one responsible to the results of what you're after. No one else can help you, but no one else can. Many people can help you. What I meant is no one else can be responsible for your results. No one else going to pay the price or enjoy the rewards of your results. Maybe your family, if you decide to share it with them. But the thing is very simple. Just do it. And remember, what isn't simple simply doesn't get done. Keep it simple. Planning is important. Don't put too much mind into it, but invest the necessary amount of time and energy. And I wish you the best luck, and see you in the next video.